are really enthusiastic. Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and I love to lift weights. I love strength training, and I usually do kind of your 5-day split of strength training, back buys, triceps, chest. We know the structure, okay? But at the start of 2023, I decided this was the year I confront my comfort zone and I get the heck out of there. This was the year that I told myself I was going to challenge myself to do the hard things that I've been avoiding doing in past years. And hard things for me in terms of fitness is cardio. Like, I am not a runner, and still on day 50 of half Ironman training, I'm gonna tell you I'm still not a runner, but I'm so much better at it now than I was at day 0 at the start of half Ironman training. So that's kind of the backstory behind why I started doing this. Is I just basically, whenever I was writing my 2023 goals, I was like, we are not gonna be afraid of hard things anymore, and we are gonna confront hard things, and we're gonna slowly get better at them, and then until they're not hard. And that's why I did this. I actually talked myself down from doing a full Ironman, and thank God, now that I've actually done this half Ironman training, I'm like, yeah, that would not have been a good idea. But that's why I'm doing this. That's why you've seen a shift in my training from traditionally strength training to now it's more kind of a hybrid, as you guys are gonna see. And I've actually been really enjoying this experience way more than I thought I was. Way more. And like, guys, like, I don't say this lightly, but like, now running is slightly easier. That's amazing. That is amazing, but that's the power of consistency. But anyway, before we hop into this video, I wanted to touch on a few things. I am following a 16-week free training guide that I found online. I just kind of typed in half Ironman training free guide and it popped up. And I trust this one because it goes into the value of nutrition, which we'll talk about later, the value of recovery. Oh my freaking God, you cannot underestimate recovery in this process. And then also the value of strength training as you're working on your conditioning and your cardiovascular system, cardiovascular endurance, the value that strength training plays into this whole part as well. So that's why I kind of picked this guide. I thought it was a really good balance, and for my background in fitness, like, reading it, I knew I could trust it. Basically a breakdown of it. I'll include the guide in the description box because it is a free guide. But guys, before doing this, I did my research on a lot of the things, but I'm still not wholly prepared for my May half Ironman. And I think that's okay. This whole journey to me is just a learning process, and you guys will see in the video. Sometimes it's a complete shit show. Sometimes I'm on it and I'm killing it, and then sometimes it's killing me. So I think if you're looking to do a half Ironman or Ironman, like, take it from a beginner. Like, I'm just gonna set the stage here, like, I'm still a beginner, I'm still learning, but you have to adapt along with it. There's never gonna be a perfect time to start anything. You're never gonna be wholly ready. And like, you'll see in the video, I'm kind of a hot mess on some days. Guys, background about me, I work full-time in tech. I have a small business. This is my small business room. And I decided it would be a good idea to start this half Ironman training after I just moved to a new state. So like, you want chaotic, I'll give you chaotic, okay? Yeah, this was a lot. This week that you're seeing now is week 6 of 16 of Ironman training. But one thing I wanna note too is I mixed it up. I made this training work for me. We had to adjust this training every single day to make it work for us, our situation, our strengths, our weaknesses, while still growing in this process. I know I just talked your freaking ear off. Let's hop into the video now, and I hope you guys enjoy week 6 of my half Ironman training. Vlog. It's actually 8:30 right now, and it's Wednesday. So we're starting the full weeks of Wednesdays. Oh, I need more coffee. We're starting the full week of workouts on Wednesday. I know that's a little weird, but that's just what fits best in my schedule, but it's also a work day for me, so I'm flexing my time right now. And I just need to get my workout in. I can feel it. Today is a 2 a day. I find the 2 days really hard, so that's why I'm like, I need to do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, because if I do them back to back, I just absolutely get destroyed. And then I find it hard to show up the next day. So trying to split it to the morning in the afternoon. So let me get dressed and then we'll go hit our upper body session. So here's the fit. Probably everything that you're gonna see in this video is from Vitality because I love their stuff. It's not sponsored, I just really like the material. Okay, but I gotta get going. Alex actually this weekend set up our home gym, so I think I'm just gonna try to do everything there. I think the bar, I'm out of breath. The bar and the free weights is just what I need, but we're not completely done with the home gym yet. That's kind of on our to-do list for this month, but it's gonna look a little janky, but it's okay. We're gonna get it done anyway. That is it for this morning. That was only about 40 minutes, but all of it goes so much faster when you're by yourself and not like in a commercial gym trying to wait for weights and stuff like that. But my gosh, I'm gonna feel that tomorrow. But I really need to get back to work. That's why I'm cutting it kind of early, or else I think I would stay for a while. But I'm also just like, we're in this stage of house stuff as well. Like I really decided to go all out and try to do Ironman training and moving to a new house all at the same time, which is not the best idea in hindsight. But yeah, I'm just here like, I wanna do so many things, so I'm getting in my head about that, and that's why I'm like, yep, it's time to go. Okay, it's actually 4 p.m., but you probably wouldn't know because I decided to wear the same outfit. Yeah, that's one thing about training 2-a-days is that my laundry pile is so big, so quick. So I'm just gonna be crusty dusty and wear the exact same thing I wore before because it's not that dirty. But I took a post-work nap and now I'm finally ready to run. I think what I have on the agenda today is, I think it's like 45 to 60 minute of a run. So I don't actually know where I'm going. I don't know any of the areas around here, any of the trails, any of the roads. So I'll just figure it out as we go and hopefully that works. Okay, as much as I want to come on here and be like, oh my god, I crushed it, I'm literally walking probably about 50% of the time and running about 50%, but it's because I'm going up hills and I don't know where I'm going, but they're always up a hill. I'm like, dude, okay, I picked the wrong place to live because I'm not used to hills and I'm not used to elevation training. I've always lived pretty much in sea level, so I'm like, my heart rate is through the roof, but my mileage is so low. So yeah, I'm still figuring this out, but I'm just being honest. Every time I've trained before this, it hasn't been here, so it's been flat and I've crushed it, but I'm not crushing it this time, if we're being completely honest. Oh my gosh. This doesn't look very steep, but it is. Okay, look, started over there, ran down this hill, got lost in here, went this way a lot, and then ran up this hill, and that's where I am now. You can hear my breath. Man, I'm trying to be like all hardcore and motivational, but like, I feel like I'm pouring from an empty cup right now. Let's see if I can finish it. I think I see some flat-ish road. It's a horrible view, I know, but that's what we're working with today. So it is 50 to 70 minutes of easy cycling today. And so Alex and I are headed to the gym to cycle. We're cycling on a stationary bike because we still do not have a bike, like a legit bike to cycle around the neighborhood with. That's on the to-do list, okay? We'll be purchasing that in a wetsuit very soon, so that, because we need to train with it and acclimate to it before the race, or else that's gonna be bad. But as you guys can see with the house, like, there's so much to do, so it's on our to-do list. pause the video right here. Hi, it is future Brittany again, and I just think this is a perfect place to stop to talk about two things that you're not really going to be seeing while I'm actually doing my workouts, but things that are absolutely happening during the day and after, before my workouts. So the first one is going to be a huge piece of this: nutrition. Whenever I switched from predominantly strength training workouts into high endurance training, I knew that I kind of had to tailor my nutrition to fit that. And what I mean by that, guys, is that we know that fats and carbohydrates are our major fuel sources, but when we get into higher burning zones, so on really long runs, or if you get to the point during your run that you cannot talk to the person next to you because you're working so hard, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm huffing and puffing during my runs, that's when we know that we're using carbohydrates as energy. And for me, I know in these long runs, I don't want to hit that wall. When you go for a run and like you just feel like you don't have anything left to give, and you can't push past this imaginary wall that just slammed against you all of a sudden. Yes, that's because you do not have enough carbohydrates in your system. You don't have enough fuel to keep your body going. So I knew that in this training, I needed to provide my body enough carbohydrates. I could not be scared to incorporate carbs into my diet on a daily basis with this training I'm doing, since it's so intense, sometimes 2 a days. And you guys know, I'm not scared of carbohydrates anyway. We know that they are fuel. So one thing I have changed is I just have incorporated more carbohydrates into my diet. And I thought it was really interesting. The first couple weeks of my training, I was craving carbohydrates more. I wanted bread, I wanted rice, I wanted potatoes, and I was like hungry. But now that I've done it for a couple weeks, I've gotten used to it. But I just thought it was a very interesting switch. And then one other thing to note about nutrition as well is, gal, I'm drinking water all the freaking time. My friends always tell me that for me in particular, like I am just always have water with me. I'm always thirsty. I've always been like that my whole life. So I've never struggled with drinking water, but I know some people do. So in this process, if you're thinking about doing a half Ironman, doing an Ironman, doing more long distance events, you have to have water to replenish your system. And trust me, you do not want to go into these long runs, these long swims dehydrated, because that sounds like modern hell, if you ask me. Like, no. So that has been at the forefront of all my training, is nutrition as well. I want to make sure that when I have to hit that next session, I am fueled up and I'm ready to go, and there is nothing stopping me, because I am not doing all of this just to have really bad nutrition and have that hold me back. Like, hell no. I'm putting in the work. I want my body to be fueled and run properly. And that kind of leads me into the really important second piece of this, is recovery. Oh my freaking goodness. Guys, recovery is everything in this. In this training plan that I'm following, it is 6 days a week, and 3 of those days are 2-a-day workouts. I don't know about you guys, but previously, I'm not used to doing 2-a-day workouts. 2-a-day workouts to me are for athletes or for people training for an event, and I wasn't used to that. And so I was like, yo, I'm used to 2 rest days a week and 1 60-minute training session 5 days a week. And you're telling me that I basically have to double that? Yeah, recovery, absolutely 100,000% necessary, because you don't recover properly, you don't show up the next day. And you miss that session, and you miss that opportunity to get better and to not completely die on the day of your event. That's my mentality. And for me, this looks like foam rolling. This looks like hot tub after, relaxing those muscles, and it's not to mention it's just so nice. Also, the sauna really upped my stretching game. I suck at stretching, but I have to be able to move the next day, so it's kind of a necessity at this point. And without further ado, I will stop talking your ear off again, and we will hop back into the video. So I just finished up with work. I was working at a coffee shop for the day, and now it is time to go kind of preview a new gym. I would say in our area, but it's honestly 40 minutes away. But it's the only place around us that has a viable pool for us to use. I haven't told you guys this yet, but we are 2 months out from our actual race, and we haven't started training the swim portion of it yet. I know. I'm not worried about it, because I was a competitive swimmer for like 14 years. I've done outdoor swimming, I've done open water swimming. I can bank on that experience,
But Alex, on the other hand, cannot. And swimming is his weakest spot in this, whereas mine is running, his is swimming. So we really need to start training him. It's just, we haven't been able to do it because there has just been not a good, like, viable pool option around us. And so now we're working and we're kind of expanding our reach to go find other ones. Even if it does take us 40 minutes to get there, we'll only be doing it about 3 times a week, I believe. So we're trying it out. Oh, fingers crossed this works. But let's go head to that gym. I think we're gonna do a lower body session while we're there and then go swim. I know it's not ideal to do these sessions back to back, but like, guys, let's just be honest. Like, we work full time. Like, there's only so much you can do. It would be ideal if we could do one in the morning and one in the evening, but like I said, the gym is 40 minutes away. We have other priorities, other commitments. You get the gist. You guys are busy too. You know what I mean. So yeah, let's go get this done. Side note though, I'm actually really excited for the swim portion. I love swimming.
There's something going strong, 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 and stronger, there's something going strong.
Oh my gosh, the old swimmer in me is disgraced. I look like a gnome.
Going strong.
So guys, that was my week of workouts, and I don't know if you were counting, but that was only 5 days, and I was really supposed to work out 6 days, but like I mentioned before, life just happens sometimes, and you gotta give yourself grace, and you gotta just take the L and move on into the next day. So I was originally supposed to film and do a long run on the weekends. They're my long cycle and my long runs, and I just didn't hit that. To be very honest, Alex and I, we painted this room that weekend and we were just exhausted. So there's a lot going on in my life, and so right now I'm really learning to balance my training, to balance my work and all aspects of it, and you know, balance my life, balance my relationships. So that's what I'm learning, and I just have to give myself grace. You know, I missed it. We're gonna hit it next week, and I'm actually like so pumped to run. It's so weird to say, but since I missed that, I'm like, no, I want to get back into it. I don't want to die come May, come my actual half Ironman. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to note that there, because if you are doing this process too, like, you will have days that you miss, and I think it's just important to remember big picture, to hop back on the horse and keep going. But yeah, one thing of watching this video back I thought was so funny is, like, I hope you guys could see how much we are like DIYing it over here, and how much we are just rolling with the punches and trying to get it done despite different adversities that are happening. Our house, a new location. We literally joined a new gym because we didn't have one, and it's 45 minutes away. Like, that's our commitment to this. So I just hope you know that, like, you don't have to have the perfect setup, and you don't have to have the perfect timing or circumstance in order to get things done. And that's something I hope that you bring from my channel as well, and not just this video. Nothing is ever gonna be perfect, and there's no perfect time to do things. You just kind of make it work and do your best, because there's nothing else that you can do. So anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have loved this half Ironman training process so far, and I'm honestly so surprised because I was so scared to start it, but I was like, face your fears, girl, you gotta do it. But I just hope this was motivational for you if you're thinking about doing it, or even if you're just like have that thing in the back of your mind, that hard thing that you've been avoiding that you know that you can do but you're scared to do. I hope this video is a push to you to do hard things. You know, that's how we grow, and it's okay if you get knocked down. You just got to get back up. If you guys want to follow my journey on kind of on a more day-to-day basis, I do post kind of daily, like day 50 of half Ironman training over on TikTok and Instagram, so come say hi on there. You guys know the drill. If you like this video, please get a big thumbs up because it really supports my channel and it helps me know what videos you guys like so I can keep creating them for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new here because I'd love to see you back again. I'd love for us to have chats. I have, with kind of all the craziness going on, switched my schedule to where I'm just posting every 2 weeks now, but once everything calms down and once I kind of figure out life in Texas now, I'll get back to posting my weekly schedule every Wednesday. So anyway, thanks you guys. Thanks for following along, and I hope, yeah, I hope you like this video. Love you, friends. Bye.